This central nervous system is composed of the brain and the spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system connects the central nervous system to the rest of the body. It consists of 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 31 pairs of spinal nerves. The peripheral nervous system is divided into two parts, the autonomic and somatic divisions. The autonomic division connects the CNS to organs like the heart and stomach, controlling unconscious activities. This illustration shows the overall human body, including the central and peripheral nervous systems. The autonomic nervous system is further divided into the parasympathetic division, associated with rest and digest activities, and the sympathetic division, responsible for fight or flight responses. The somatic division of the peripheral nervous system connects the CNS to the skin and skeletal muscles, overseeing conscious activities. This flowchart summarizes the organization of the nervous system, showing how the different divisions and their branches function and interact to maintain balance. Here we see a comparison of the parasympathetic and sympathetic divisions and their specific effects on various organs throughout the body. The main function of the nervous system is to send messages between the body and the brain, helping to regulate many different bodily processes. These regulated processes include thoughts, movement, senses, wound healing, sleep, heart rate, stress responses, digestion, and development. The nervous system functions by using neurons to transmit electrical signals between the brain, skin, organs, glands, and muscles, allowing us to perceive and interact with our environment. There are three main types of neurons: motor neurons for movement, sensory neurons for processing information from the senses, and interneurons for communication between the two. Nervous tissue is composed of two major cell types, neurons and neuroglial cells. Neuroglial cells provide essential support, insulation, and nutrients to the neurons. Nerves are typically either sensory, carrying information to the central nervous system, or motor, carrying signals out from the central nervous system to regulate muscles and glands. Finally, this diagram illustrates the structure of a single neuron, labeling key components such as the dendrites, nucleus, myelin sheath, and axon. Neurons, the fundamental units of the nervous system, consist of a cell body, dendrites for receiving information, and axons for transmitting signals. Support cells, or glia, are vital for neural function. Macroglia include astrocytes, which provide metabolic support and neurotransmitter removal, and oligodendroglia. Oligodendroglia are specialized myelin-producing cells. Myelin insulates axonal segments, enabling the efficient, non-decremental propagation of action potentials. Microglia are immune-related cells. While some reside in the brain, others are recruited during periods of inflammation, infection, or injury. Glial cells do much more than provide structural glue. A synapse is a specialized area where neurotransmission occurs between neurons via neurotransmitter release and binding. This slide details the structure of a neuron, highlighting the cell body, dendrites, and axons. Larger axons are protected by myelin produced by Schwann cells, with gaps called nodes of Ranvier. Neurons are classified by their structure into three types: multipolar with many processes, bipolar with two, and unipolar, with a single process extending from the cell body. Functionally, neurons are categorized as sensory neurons, which sense stimuli, interneurons, which reside in the CNS to process information, and motor neurons, which control effectors. Nerves function as the body's communication cables, comprised of bundles of axons that facilitate signal transmission throughout the nervous system. The blood-brain barrier is a crucial boundary that limits the passive diffusion of substances from the bloodstream into the central nervous system, though lipophilic molecules may pass. While the blood-brain barrier is extensive, some specific organs are not covered by it, including the median eminence, the area postrema, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and the choroid plexus. The central nervous system contains two types of tissue: gray matter, consisting mainly of cell bodies, and white matter, which is composed of myelin-coated axons. The human brain is highly complex, weighing roughly 3 pounds. Its three primary structural divisions are the cerebrum, the brainstem, and the cerebellum. The cerebrum is the largest part of the brain and includes the cerebral cortex, or gray matter. It is divided into 4 lobes that process different types of information. These 4 lobes include the frontal lobe for complex thought, the parietal lobe for sensory processing, the temporal lobe for sound and memory, and the occipital lobe for vision. The brain functions much like a sophisticated computer, with the nervous system acting as a network that relays messages to different parts of the body. The cerebrum, the largest portion of the brain, is divided into two hemispheres. It governs critical functions including movement, speech, intelligence, emotion, and sensory perception. This slide displays the four lobes of the cerebrum: the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital lobes, each responsible for specialized cognitive and sensory tasks. The frontal lobe is central to complex reasoning and planning. The parietal lobe processes tactile information, including touch, taste, and temperature. The temporal lobe enables the processing of sound and language, while the occipital lobe at the rear of the brain interprets visual information. The brainstem, situated above the spinal cord, is vital for regulating autonomic functions like breathing and heart rate. The brainstem is further composed of the pons, which relays signals, the midbrain, which manages eye movement, and the medulla oblongata, which controls vital involuntary processes. The cerebellum coordinates movement and balance. The spinal cord acts as the main pathway connecting the brain to the peripheral nerves throughout the body. Deep within the brain, the thalamus functions as a relay center for sensory information, directing signals to the appropriate areas for interpretation. The brain contains ventricles, hollow spaces filled with cerebrospinal fluid, which protect and nourish the central nervous system. The pituitary gland is a master regulator, producing hormones that influence growth, metabolism, and the body's stress response. The hypothalamus maintains essential homeostasis by regulating thirst, appetite, sleep patterns, and hormone release from the pituitary gland. The two cerebral hemispheres communicate through the corpus callosum, a band of fibers that allows for integrated information exchange between the left and right sides of the brain. The brainstem's integration of the pons, medulla, and midbrain ensures seamless coordination of motor and sensory messages traveling between the brain and the body. This final summary reviews the major components of the central nervous system, including subcortical regions and the hindbrain, which collectively support human life and cognition.